Hey everyone, it's the Yellow Chili with a brand new Let's Play of Europa Universalis 4. We are gonna be playing as Brandenburg, and we will try to reform into Prussia, or not reform into Prussia, but form the Kingdom of Prussia by conquering a few things, especially parts of the Teutonic Order, and then eventually either unite the Holy Roman Empire, or expand east, or form Germany, or there is a slight chance I might try the colonial game with Prussia or Brandenburg. That depends on how far we can expand to the west early on, because we need a province at least somewhere around here so we have access to the North Sea. But we'll see how that goes. So, yeah, basically, what do we have here? The nation of Brandenburg, we have a ruler with 332, which is okay. He has a total of 8 stat points. 3 in administrative skill, 3 in diplomatic skill, 2 in military skill. And he's incorruptible, which gives us minus 0.05 yearly corruption, which is not too bad. I'm actually tempted to debase our currency right away, because there's an event that lets us rebuy these provinces from Teutonic Order for 100 gold. We only have 53, or it's not gold, it's called ducats in this game. And we can debase our currency, and since we have this trade, we'll probably lose the corruption we get from that quite early on. The second and third trades have not developed yet because the ruler is quite young. We have an heir that is quite bad. He's a 221. Only 5 stat points. That is way below average. I'd say 6 or 7 and above is probably considered okay. And then from 10 or 11 and above is considered a good leader, in my opinion. So this guy only has 5. He's really bad. He does give any country he rules a morale of armies plus 5, which isn't too bad in the early game, especially if combined with our ideas that I will get to in a little while. And the good thing about this heir is that he is the ruler of Ansbach, as you guys can see here. 221 is the same ruler, exactly the same ruler, and they have a personal union with Bayreuth. So if our ruler dies, since the player cannot be in a passive personal union, we get a personal union over Ansbach and Bayreuth. That would be really nice. And it means that we're probably gonna make our ruler a general right away. So, yeah, about that. Oh, by the way, if you guys are wondering what mod I'm running the extra political map mode mod that sort of has the terrain shine through the political map mode a little bit, because I think it looks way more natural than the regular political map modes. And that is a non-game-changing mod, so it is Iron Man compatible, and basically it doesn't change any mechanics of the game. So what we're going to do here, we're going to see for a couple of days how things develop here. We can actually ally Austria, which is a quite important alliance, not only because Austria is a strong ally, but because it also enables expanding into the Holy Roman Empire, because once we take a province of any of the HRE states, the Emperor will demand that territory to be returned to the Empire. But having good relations with the Emperor and being allied to them will actually prevent that from happening, so allying Austria as Brandenburg is mandatory if you want to expand within the HRE. Okay, so we get the first event here. When the Hohenzollerns acquired the March of Brandenburg in 1411, the state had a long history of being very loosely governed under Wittelsbach and Luxembourg overlords. Local nobility, clergy, and the city councils have grown used to being left to their own devices. Robber barons and lawlessness are prevalent in many parts of the realm. Our dynasty has had some success in curtailing the power of the nobility, and the burghers often turning their strongholds into rubble in the process. We are, however, still far from the undisputed masters of these lands. Recently, even the clergy, common in all parts of our administration, seem to be working against us. If we are to avoid becoming just another temporary dynasty in this region, we must strongly assert our authority and build a government apparatus that we can trust. So we have the choice between these two things. Since we're going to debase our currency for corruption, I don't think we want to pick this option. Plus, we really need the crown land, because we are low on crown land, which gives us a few negative modifiers. And if I remember correctly, we are quite close to 30, exactly. So if we do that, we'll get above 30 and we'll lose those negative modifiers. And the national unrest at this point of +1 will not make such a huge impact, so we can easily do that. And we're gonna debase the currency just to have some money available. That gave us quite some money, and we're gonna disable the forge, so we have now a balance of plus 1.62, which is quite okay for Brandenburg. So unless the Neumark event happens right now, we can probably purchase it without taking out a loan. Okay, so we kind of want to focus on these guys, because the first achievement or the first mission we do will probably be reclaiming Neumark, and then we get a permanent claim on this area. So why don't we try to ally these guys? We're gonna actually... First of all, I'm going to expand all of these because I really like doing that. We're going to improve relations with them, and we're also going to want to improve relations with Hungary because we might ally them too. Austria and Hungary most of the time end up in a personal union or alliance. So, oh, by the by, we are really going to make our ruler a general. And not a bad one, in fact, because we want this guy to die before the heir dies, so we get the personal union. So we're going to start drilling with him. And then we're going to see how things go. In some of my games, Stettin allied with Poland, which would be a total killer and a game breaker for us. Because if we ally Wolgast and try to take Stettin, which we're probably going to do, and they're allied with Poland, it's just not possible. We can't do that. So that's something we don't want to do. So, we're gonna rival Teutonic Order, definitely. Brunswick, Magdeburg, and Stettin. I think Magdeburg is also a good choice. They only have 2 provinces. And we're gonna do that, and we're gonna start fabricating a claim as soon as possible, as soon as we have a diplomat available. Alright. England entered a royal marriage. Seriously? I've never seen that happen. England and Austria allied. That's not too bad. Mecklenburg wants an alliance with us. That is interesting. Actually, it's not. Okay. We're allied with Poland. I don't want an alliance with Mecklenburg, to be honest, because I think we control one of their core... No, actually, we control one of their core provinces. Okay, anyways, we don't want to ally those guys, we just don't. England wishes to hire condottieri. Oh, the surrender of Maine just happened. I probably just clicked that away. I'm sorry, guys. What happens in this event is that this is a province that France has a core on, actually in all these provinces. And it says Maine surrenders to the French, and then England can choose whether it wants to declare war on the French and retake the province, or whether it just wants to cede it to France. And in this case, apparently England chose to declare war on France, which may lead to an interesting situation, because apparently they were able to drag in Castile into this war with France. So England may actually win this. They're probably going to start piecing out Scotland quite soon, and not care about this area. And then probably Castile is going to come from here. Yeah, let's see how that evolves. And we're not going to rival these guys because that'll just help them to find larger allies like Bohemia or Poland. And like I said, we really don't want that to happen. Disputed successions. Basically everybody has a disputed succession, even Hungary. So, leads personal union with Croatia. So there is no leader, and they have a personal union with Croatia. Interesting. This is also a reason why I like to ally Hungary, because it's a country that is very, very likely to end up as a junior partner in a personal union. And I would really like them to be my junior partner, but let's see if that works. Okay, we're good on money, or on ducats, more exactly. We're gonna wait until we can marry them. Advancement of the clergy. The power of the clergy has never relied on the state itself. Rather, it is in many ways the clergy who through Their ties to the spiritual realm lent their legitimacy to the prince-elector. A combination of deft political maneuvering, perceived bad omens, and generous donations from our subjects have lately cemented the power of this estate. Okay, so they gain some influence. We don't care about that. So we're just gonna have to wait for now. It would be really nice if this event about Neumark happened ASAP. Okay, they now have a regent at least. And they should be willing to accept an alliance once we get married. Noble family requests aid. One of Brandenburg's most powerful noble families has, despite its vast landed wealth, managed to accumulate significant debts that it is finding hard to pay back. They have approached the Prince-Elector as for help, hoping that their distant kinship with the von Hohenzollern family and their promises of undying support will sway him to help them out in their time of need. We can choose to grant them aid or deny them aid, which would cost us administrative power and lose 10 of their loyalty. That's indeed interesting. I think we're going to go with the ducats, but we're going to keep this event up as long as we can. Just in case the event with the fate of Neumark happens. Because if that happens, we're going to go for the second option. Because the last thing I want to do is go into debt here. Especially not for someone else who apparently couldn't manage their debt. Oh, interesting. Sale of titles. My lord, one of our advisors has suggested selling off noble titles to anyone who can afford to pay. It could bring in lots of money and open a way for social advancement for the rich if we do, but it would devalue the idea of nobility and perhaps upset the existing aristocratic family. Should we do this? So we can... Oh, this is a tough choice, though. We can gain 1 stability and 10 loyalty from the nobility, and the burghers will lose 10 loyalty. Or we can gain the ducats we will lose here. It's exactly the same amount. The burghers gain 5% of land, which would be not such a good idea because we're just slightly over 30 with crown land. And the burghers also gain loyalty. I'm thinking we're going to go with the stability. And in that case also, we're probably going to deny this aid. Because we want to keep the money. I must admit, I'm not actually sure what the trigger for the event Fate of Neumark is. I'm hoping it'll trigger in the near future. Oh shoot, I totally forgot to check this because we can now most likely marry Hungary. We can't? You guys suck, seriously. You have 3 diplomatic relations and you say this is too many? What? Okay, whatever. Then I guess we won't ally and you're gonna be destroyed by Poland. Screw you. Okay, so we're gonna ally those guys. We're gonna offer them a royal marriage. Okay, so Poland just got the personal union with Lithuania. And they are now considered a great power, which is sort of quite clear after that personal union thing happened. We can try improving relations with Hungary even further. I mean, never hurts to have good relations, and then at some point we might be able to ally them. We have only 1 ally. That's dangerous. Okay, we have enough ducats to get some more troops because we want to build our force to limit. Alright, let's continue drilling them. How much do we need to fabricate this claim? 26. Alright. Boundary dispute. The lack of good maps or tools to create accurate maps. Tools to create accurate maps has helped our cause in the border region of Saxony. Our local authorities have been able to make use of certain ambiguities to make a convincing case that Wittenberg should in fact belong to Brandenburg. Well, I agree. Rather than to Saxony. Should we press these claims or would it be better to let them slide? I think we want to press the issue. Who do they have as allies? Well, not too many. They do have a vassal, though, or a personal union. So yeah, we're not going to attack them too soon. No, we don't want to do that. Actually, we do. Because we kind of want to drag them into this war with Stettin, do we? Not entirely sure. Oh, that is bad for England, though. They did win the war against Scotland, but now they have the War of the Roses. This was really early. Because they're actually... Well, France is doing good in Spain. Probably because England hasn't managed to get their troops across the channel. Okay, we're gonna stop drilling here. We're gonna fabricate that claim on Stettin. We're gonna continue improving relations with Hungary. Not actually that much. If we can get an advisor that gives us a diplomatic reputation, we might be able to do that. Nope. You're allied with Teutonic Order. I'm not gonna give anything to you. Okay. Friesland is coming. Okay. We're gonna do that. Why can't we go there? It doesn't make sense. We should be able to go around this way. Okay, we have maximum relations with Hungary. Denmark is requesting military access. Actually, no. I don't want anybody to touch my Teutonic Order. Albrecht Achilles has died, so I assume that's it for the personal union. Because he hasn't died in these countries. Interesting. What a bad start. Let's try to take them out. Alright, that was a stack wipe. Great job. How can you go there and we cannot? don't understand. Try to take our provinces back. We're gonna need another general here. Oh, we need more troops there. Because that's what, a level 3 fort? Interesting. That should be fine after reinforcing everybody. Oh, we can't do that. We have to withdraw here. How can they have so many troops? I just don't understand that. I have to call them in. They tell us of the event of the Neapolitan succession. They went with, "We shall follow Alphonse's last testament as their choice of action," which means... Naples is now independent. Interesting. Okay, it would be nice if we could... Now we can do this. I really don't know why we couldn't before. Because they had ships here. Oh, that explains it. Okay. Now that will probably keep him down. Actually, we should probably retake that province. So that they can't hire any not condottieri, any soldiers, any mercenaries. Devout young preacher has spoken out recently about how great our adherence to the teachings of the Holy Father in Rome is. This can only be good for our future. We can either send him to Rome for 10 papal influence, or he'll make a nice bishop, gain 5 Prussia. I think we're going to send him to Rome. And since we have nothing else to do, let's improve relations with the papal state. Okay, I would really appreciate it if we could win this siege finally. Yeah, Poland is attacking the Teutonic Order, as always, which means we can't buy this anymore, because they're probably going to take it. Buying power of the nobility. As both influential landowners and the traditional warrior class in our state, the nobility have not fared well lately. Through a combination of excessive infighting and poorly coordinated power plays, the nobility have lost influence in Berlin, Cologne, and may have retired to their properties in the countryside. Lose 10 influence, that's totally okay. Can't go there, okay. I'm gonna send you back. In these dark days of war and death, a reminder of new beginnings can ease the pains of our people. Our great Prince Elector and his noble Electress have been blessed with another child. The arrival of the babe has brought new hope and energy to the royal couple and by extension to their court and subjects. Many people dream that this child will grow up in a better, brighter future and that all the fighting will thus be worth it in the end. We lose 2 war exhaustion. That's not too bad. No, I will not grant anyone military access. I just don't want to. What does Poland want? I hope they only take that. I hope they won't take this shit. Seriously, you don't want to ally with me, but you're... Oh, we're at war, that's why they don't want to ally. Okay. Yeah, early sieges just suck. Takes forever to take one fortified province because there are no cannons. So people actually had to climb the walls. We're making money again. How unexpected. And of course there's a disease outbreak to prevent us from making money again because we now have to reinforce our troops. Berliner Anwille. Frederick II's desire and determination to build a residence on the island of Spree was met with Unwille, indignation, by the citizens of Berlin, and in 1448 the indignation against the cession of the city's lands for an electoral stronghold culminated in an open revolt. The citizens of Berlin flooded the excavation of the residence Stadtschloss, but Frederick II prevailed and the palace was finally built. The city's rights decisively curtailed. We can either ignore the rebel and have 10 regiments rise up in Berlin, which is something we want to avoid at all costs, being at war. Or we get construction cost plus 20%, which isn't too bad because we can't build anything anyways at the moment. Another disease outbreak? Seriously, game? My original plan was not to bore you guys, but apparently the game wants to bore you, so I apologize for this. Now we could do the second diplomatic technology here, but there's no advantage of doing that right now, because we have corruption, which just increases the cost of that. We're rooting out corruption, that's why we're making no money. Totally didn't realize. Hear about a war in Carcassonne, Burgundy and Siena. Ottomans declare war on Kandar. We don't care about. The Renaissance. Since the 14th century, the wealthy and powerful in the Italian city-states have been patronizing arts and scholars willing to explore the old Roman and Greek societies of their forefathers. As a cultural movement, the Renaissance already encompasses most of the region and has had a profound impact on literature, art, philosophy, and music. Humanist scholars are also analyzing the society in which they live, comparing it to the ideals of the classical philosophers. At the turn of 1452, Renaissance humanism has grown into a more mature movement, ready to permeate all aspects of society. A new idea for rulers, as well as for those who are ruled, is spreading as quickly as the early printers can distribute copies of these new ideas. True Renaissance humanist is an expert on everything from politics and philosophy to art, textual analysis, music, and architecture. Renaissance is now ready to reshape the world to better fit its classical ideals. Alrighty. So in fact, we should probably do this by the end of this year, because then costs will start going up again. Because we haven't embraced the Renaissance. Okay guys, come on. This has been taking forever. Defenders desert. So that was a 16 to 19. And it says... Comet sighted. This is the most bullshit event that EU4 has, so it doesn't matter what you click, you always lose one stability. And the event is just complete BS, period. There's nothing else to it. Another disease outbreak, really? Alright guys, by the time this game is over, we'll probably have taken Magdeburg, but I can't guarantee that. War-weary population. Our peasants are tired of our war. Well, I can imagine, because of the disease outbreaks. Our soldiers are exhausted. It is becoming increasingly difficult to force them to fight for us, as they find ever more creative methods to dodge conscription. Even those in the army think more of home than of the glory of defeating our enemy. We should conclude the war quickly, or it may soon take a turn for the worse. We can say the peasants are to be ignored. Soldiers are just peasants in uniform, or we can get back in line. Yeah, we will probably do that. Just lost to war exhaustion, so it won't be too bad. Can we please take that now? Can't, apparently. A 42% chance, and it has been, what, 30-something for like 2 years? So there were like, I don't know, 20 siege phases at a 40% chance that led to nothing. That's an interesting probability. Almost reminds me of Civilization 4. Hey, you have 99% chance to win this battle. Oh, you lost, sorry. Next one at 99%. Whoop, you lost, sorry. We kinda have to help our ally here. Did we stack wipe him? No, we didn't. I'm really tempted to vassalize Friesland. That would enable us to play the colonial game. Especially since Poland is probably going to take over most of the Teutonic Order. Yeah, see? They took their claim. They should have... If I did that as Poland... My aggressive expansion would be through the roof. Taking, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces. You can't do that as a human player. You can only do this as an AI player. But we'll take revenge later on. Haha. Oh yeah, we can, can't go there? Why? Right, anyways, if we do that, that'll lead to way too much aggressive expansion, but I am... Also gives us so much aggressive expansion. I don't think we can take anything here if we want to take that and vassalize Friesland, so we're probably just gonna take... Well, they're our rivals, so we can humiliate them, that's just great, and we're gonna take war operations and their money. We could also have them... Oh, transfer trade power. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, now that we humiliated them, we have some power projection. Damn it, I didn't set them as a rival before I declared war. That... Shoot. Okay, we're gonna do that right now. Sorry, Satine, we can't do that. What kind of a general you guys have? Okay, I'm just gonna do that and have you go here. So that the siege pip kicks in and the siege will go a little faster. Okay, is this... Yeah, this is... whatchamacallit, this is looted. So let's try going here. And as long as they're busy, we'll just loot these provinces. Yeah, we're over the 30-minute mark, but I'm just gonna finish this war here. And since we just managed to take Friesland, we can just... No, we have to wait for our unit to be out of this territory, because once we vassalize them... Alright, we can vassalize them. It's 44 aggressive expansion, which is a lot at this stage. Yeah, see, 2 provinces and only vassalized, and the neighbors have like 40 aggressive expansion. And the 2 provinces are 10, 25 development. A lot less than these 6. Anyways, just saying, right? Okay, so now if we take that, there's probably gonna be a coalition on it. Oh, shit. Holy shit. I don't think there's any way we can get around this unless we improve relations with a lot of countries. But since the call for peace is kicking in, if we only take that, yeah, they're gonna want the other province. The question is, do we want to keep them as an ally? I don't think we do. I think we wanna take them over at some point. And since most alliances are set in stone by this time, yeah, we could totally do that. Just gonna take Stettin. We can't even do that. Okay, we're gonna have to... Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Okay, guys, the war is almost over. Not quite over. I'm gonna call it an episode here. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share the video, or leave a comment. And I'll see you in the next episode. We'll start off right where we left.